Welcome back, Raider Nation. It's Joseph here for Zenny62. So, with the epic win against the Chargers Sunday night, the Raiders move on to play the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, for those of you old enough, I was a youngster back in 1991 when the last time I believe the Raiders played the Bengals for an AFC playoff game, and that was at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. I remember having tickets to that game. That was the infamous Bo Jackson game, where unfortunately it was Bo Jackson's last game to play as a Raider, as a football player. He did move on to play a few extra years baseball with the Kansas City Royals. But let's take a trip down memory lane, and I'll tell you my recollection of that game in 1991. So I remember calling a few friends, seeing if they're interested in going and trying to raise money to purchase the tickets. And I recall it being in the $25, $35 range with all the fees and everything. And I remember going to Ticketmaster at the Tower Record Store in West Covina, California. And that's when we still had Tower Records in California, and specifically Southern California. And I remember buying the tickets, so excited as a long life Raider fan, getting a chance to see an AFC playoff game, to see my favorite player, Bo Jackson, and Marcus Allen. I was always, my favorite players are always quarterbacks and running backs. And to have Bo Jackson and Marcus Allen both on the same team was incredible. And those were probably the highlight of my LA Raider days, and knowing that both great Hall of Fame caliber players were playing with the Los Angeles Raiders. Of course, little did I know at the time that it would be the last time I would see Bo Jackson in a Raider uniform. I do remember him going down. I remember not thinking it was anything severe. I do remember Art Shell coming out with, I guess, the team physicians walking him out to the sideline. And I remember him trying to go back out. I remember I had a cheap pair of binoculars, and I was sitting in the bleacher seats, but I was sitting on the Raider side of the field. And I remember him trying to run out, and he just stopped in mid-stride. And you could tell he was like severely uncomfortable. And like I said, who would have known that would have been the last time Bo Jackson would play football? And of course, if you see the picture right in front of you, you see how his hips or his legs are kind of twisted in there. And of course, Kevin Walker has the distinction of tackling him, and that's when you see the contortion of his hips there. God, it was so unfortunate. I just remember as a kid watching him blow through Bosworth, if you remember that game in Seattle. And God, I know the Raiders won that game 20-10, but got to see, I'm so grateful that at least I had the opportunity to see him live. And unfortunately, it was the last game he ever played again as a Raider. So, having said this, I really want this to be the win for Bo game. When we go into play the Cincinnati Bengals this Saturday, it's going to be a hard game to play in that cold, cold weather. But, yeah, let's just throw out that mantra out there, win for Bo. And as always, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Keep it here on Zenny62. And don't forget to like and subscribe.